What's up, guys? I want to show you how I did a full paint job with a low-end clear coat over top of a low-end base coat for less than $400 in material. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. Okay, so getting right into it. I'm spraying base coat today with a Sodajet 5000 HVLP. It has a 1.3 tip and I'm spraying at 21 psi. Temperature in the booth today is 73 degrees and I'm spraying a lower line RM product called Limco. The Limco base is actually laying out really nice. The coverage is a lot more decent than I thought it would be. Cost wise on it was $95 for 2 quarts. So this truck is a factory blue. I just used a black wet-on wet sealer to cover up all the primer spots that I had worked. As I'm spraying this first coat, I'm just looking for nice smooth left-to-right passes. I'm trying to keep my gun 90 degrees to the panel at all times. Looking for about 50% overlap. Try not to rush. As you can see, I'm trying to get into this wheel open lip. It's going to have a wheel open molding on it, so I don't really have to get too crazy with it, but just nice smooth passes. So here you'll notice that the door is not lashed all the way. The jams on this truck were actually peeling, so what I ended up doing was prepping the backside of those just on the edges, back taping the door jamb itself, and then that's going to allow for the blue to blow in and clean that up. Across the face of this door, you can see this Limco really working, really covering on the first coat. So you'll notice I did a lot of detrim work on this truck prior to getting into the paint work. I did pull the grill, front bumper, the headlights, pulled the hood and the tailgate to paint off the truck. Ended up taking the windshield out and the back glass out just to replace the gaskets on them, but it also makes for a cleaner job. You get on the top of a roof like this, you got the weight of the gun, you're trying to keep it as even as you can all the way across the panel. You'll notice that I kind of sway just a little bit. You'll never see the difference in that when it comes to the paintwork itself, but just do your best. Tried to shorten up the video here for you guys. The entire job for this thing was 40 hours from start to finish. The paint work was a lot less, but it was still way too long to sit and just try to record me spraying every panel, 2 and 3 times, plus clear coat. I'm still on the first coat of base. I'm going to skip the second coat of base, but I am going to get into the drop coat, which is that third coat, which is probably one of the most important coats for a metallic paint job. So I'm onto this third and final coat of base, which I'm calling the drop coat. First and second, I've given plenty of time to dry, about 13 to 15 minutes in between the first and second and third. Right now I've got the air pressure dropped down to about 18 psi. I'm holding the gun approximately 10 inches from the panel and just working left to right. Nice even coats, 50% overlap. Just to make sure we got good coverage, we don't have any mottling. The last thing I'll say when it comes to the base coat is to make sure you select an appropriate reducer for the temperature that you're actually spraying at. Getting right into clear coat. To save some time on the video, I didn't record the first coat of clear, went right into the second coat. I do spray the second coat the same way I spray the first, so you're not going to miss anything. This time I'm spraying with a Sodajet 5000 RP for reduced pressure. It's got a 1.2 tip, still 73 degrees in the booth. Spraying a Euro Clear by Transtar. It's a lower end kit, not a super high solids clear. It's $128 out the door for the kit, and that was for the clear and the hardener, but pretty user friendly. Give it some extra protection. I'm going to go ahead and put a third coat on this thing. As you'll see right now, I'm just going to continue to lay out this second coat. I get a lot of questions about what spray guns I use and why I use them, if they make you a better painter, and the honest answer is a paint gun is not going to make you a better painter. Technique is going to make you a better painter. Practice is going to make you a better painter. Making mistakes is going to make you a better painter. So we're getting into the third coat now. Nice easy passes. Spraying the third the same way I sprayed the first and second. Trying to get some decent millage built up. I do set it at 23 psi. I know a lot of people like to set it on that higher range of 28, 29 psi when spraying clear coats, but I found that with this RP it really likes that lower end air pressure. The point of this video was to show you that I could do a paint job with $400 in material. I've got $100 in color, I've got $130 in clear coat, and I've got $70 in reducer. That puts me at $300. For $100 more, I was able to get the sealer, the primer, the tape, and the paper. I did have to have my own tools, obviously, but I just wanted to show you that I could do it with the $400 in materials. Another thing to consider when you're spraying clear coats like this is how long you should wait in between coats before getting back on top of it with another coat. Especially if you're going to go into a third coat. Your technical data sheet should tell you how long you should wait. If you walk up to the panel and touch the plastic or the paper next to it, if it's tacky, you should be able to get on top of it with another coat. If it's stringy or gummy, you should probably wait just a little bit longer. At 73 degrees in the booth, I gave it 15 minutes between the first and second coat and 25 minutes between the second and third coat just to give it a little extra time. So as I make my way around this truck clearing it, you're going to notice there's dents, there's areas that could have been worked, but the budget on this truck was $1,500 in labor plus the $400 in material. And one of the hardest things to do when you're doing paint work on the side, trying to make a little bit extra money, is determine how far you're willing to go, and you have to have a stopping point. The best thing to do is have a conversation with the customer prior to even getting into it. Make sure that you're both on the same page of what you're going to end up with. So a few things that I'd be talking to my customer about prior to taking a job like this would be, am I going to be doing body work? Am I fixing dents? Anything that I see? Am I going to be detrimming panels, removing bumpers, grills, handles, or am I going to be taping everything off? What kind of material am I going to be using? Is it going to be a warranty material? Is it going to be a lower end material, something like Limco and Transtar Clear? Am I going to be wet sanding and buffing when the job is done? There's a lot of time spent wet sanding and buffing. So that's just a few things to consider when taking on a job like this. You want to make sure that you're making money for your time spent. The customer's getting a good product for the money he's paying. And you just want to make sure that everybody walks away happy. This is the final finish after 3 coats of Euroclear by Transtar. It's not a bad finish. You're going to see some minor imperfections. It's got a factory peel look to it. I could wet sand and buff that out, but for the $1,500 charge, it doesn't warrant that. All in all, it came out pretty clean. So I had the 3 other panels to refinish. I had the hood, the tailgate, and the cowl. What you're seeing now is the wet on wet sealer. I'm going to give that 30 minutes to flash before I get into it with the base coat. So to save some time on video length, I'm going straight to the 3rd coat, just drop coat on base. I've got the air pressure reduced down to about 18 psi, nice easy passes left to right, and I'm about 10 inches from the panel. You'll notice this tailgate, I have the emblem masked off. That emblem was discontinued, I couldn't find it anywhere. So the customer wanted to save it. So I ended up masking it off for base, and you can see here that I've actually removed that tape, and now I'm going straight to clear coat over top of it. If you're going to do something like that, just make sure that there's no tape residue left on it before you start clearing. So here's the final look of the hood, tailgate, and cowl. 3 coats of Euroclear. It's not perfect, but it laid out really nice. To help me finish this paint job, I did bring in a secret weapon. My son Dylan came in and helped me out with the rebuild process. So here's the final look at the 1991 S10 that I did the paint job on. All in all, the Limco base and the Euroclear did an outstanding job for the money.
Well, that's it. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And remember, only hard work, patience, and persistence are going to make you a better painter.